We are here today with the first of a series of directors' interviews. Today, Sheila Gatensby, who will be directing Frankenstein, the Scarborough Players, our first show of the season.
All right.
We can just do that. First of all, happy birthday!
Thank you, Larry.
I woke up this morning, I saw this, like,
yeah,
wow!
Thank you.
This is cool.
Thanks.
To do this on your birthday.
Yeah.
So, any plans?
I'm going out with my sister afterwards. We're going to take in late lunch and a movie down at TIFF. Yeah.
Good, good.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff down there.
Yeah. So.
Same with this place. I keep forgetting how much
it's
there is
lovely.
to do.
I know.
Come down here. So let's get into I have a few questions.
All right.
We can ask, we can edit them out if you don't want to.
Okay.
There's anything. First of all, when and where did your interest in theater begin?
My interest in theater actually was predated by an interest in movies. When I was very young, like in grade 6, 7, 8, I loved MGM musicals and old movies. And anytime they would be on TV, I would watch them. So I always say all those MGM musicals taught me how to direct a musical. I just learned by osmosis. So I would watch, I was voracious in my appetite for those. So when I got to high school, got a little bit older, there was some opportunities to be involved in drama. And I remember a group of us when I was about 14, we went to go see A Chorus Line. And it would have been maybe the first touring production of A Chorus Line. And I was smitten. I knew from that moment on, theater was going to be a part of my life. I was just so pulled in by it. I thought, I want to do this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anybody else in your family?
No. Actually, I was a bit of a performer. I was very extroverted. I come from a family of a lot of scientists and mathematicians, and so I was always sort of very performative as a child. So it was an outlet for me to actually do that when I got to high school.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Chorus Line would be maybe your first memory of theater?
Yes.
That you saw?
Yeah.
And what was it? Just
show.
the fact of being up on stage, or?
Well, it was such an incredible show. Like, it was just something that was so...
At that time, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, it was just mesmerizing. Their stage with everybody telling these stories of their lives and the use of mirrors, and it just pulled me in. And then I had a wonderful drama teacher, and that was nurtured, and I continued on into university, performing and stage managing, and did a little bit of directing, took a directing course, and yeah.
So have you been performing at all lately? Or
not lately.
Anything come up?
No, not lately. What happened was one thing led to another, and I did a bit of an inventory when I was in my 20s, and turned out that many of the things I really loved had to do with teaching. So I went to a specialized program at Queen's. It's called the Artist in Community Education. And the rest is history, as they say. I did perform in a theater for young audiences company. We load up the car in the morning and then go to all of these elementary schools and then do an afternoon show at another school gym. And so I did do that, yeah.
Would you do it again? Not that, but if somebody said, hey, I got a part for you.
I might, I loved improv. I really enjoyed doing improv. I'd love to get my hand back in that again. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I can see where the teaching comes through it all. And
yeah.
That's one thing I must say I love with even chatting or hearing you talk, like the other day at rehearsal. It's like I could have just sat there. It's so mesmerizing. It was like and then I actually stopped following the script at one point because the two guys at the end were
I know. They were
my God.
There's always been sort of a natural alignment between teaching and directing, and that basically I've been retired for 4 years, and I had the great fortune of being in a school and had a wonderful...
What school was that?
St. John Henry Newman, just down the road from Scarborough Village Theatre. I was born and bred in Scarborough, so yeah, this is like a coming home for me.
Well, that was one of the other things I wanted to ask. What brought you to Scarborough or to the Players?
Well, after I retired in 2022, the wonderful thing about teaching, it does give you an opportunity to have a second life. So I knew directing is still something I wanted to do, and then the timing was great, and I put in the application for Dangerous Liaisons.
That was your first?
Yes.
Oh.
In the community, in the Toronto community theater realm. Before that, the nice transition was I had directed Footloose for the TCDSB Staff Arts. So that was a nice transition into working with adults in community theater. Yeah.
And what brought you to that show? How do you pick a show that you...
In the case of Footloose, it was their first show after COVID. So maybe it was like they knew I was directing, so it was like just a nice alignment of the timing was right. So I was asked to do that one. And then...
and Liaison? Like, there's something...
Oh, there was something about it that it was a very clever text. I saw it as an opportunity to sort of look at... I saw it as a play really about women, not the various women in the show. So it was just a nice opportunity for me to explore that idea to its conclusion.
Well, then what brought you to Frankenstein? I mean, there's a lot, I know.
Yeah.
But.
Nick Deer's script it's nice and wide open. Like, he's not like, you know how Shaw, right? It's like, he's got pages of stage directions and he's like almost wants to be the director of the play. Nick Deer's the opposite. Like, he gives a lot of space to interpret.
True. I mean, the description just said, the scene number.
And it works, sometimes it's more like an outline.
Yeah.
Right? What I liked about it, I thought this is a really nice opportunity to work with movement. And I've done some stuff over the years, like with devised creation, and I love to collaborate. That's why I love theater, right? Because it's very collaborative. And that's what drew me to it, that about storytelling, not only through the spoken word, but through movement. Yeah.
And Mary Shelley, I mean, you were saying how you've been following her journals now.
Yes. Well, I thought I got to find out about Mary Shelley. And it was absolutely fascinating. There's a wonderful book I read called Romantic Outlaws about her mother, Mary Wollstonecraft, and Mary Shelley. And I just was drawn in. And when I learned the facts of Mary Shelley's life, I was blown away. Because, like, as I said in the rehearsal, I began with a question. Like, I'll often begin directing with a question. And my question for this one is, how does an 18-year-old girl write this story that has survived through the ages? And then when I delved into her life, I realized, wow, this is somebody who lived with a lot of grief, she experienced rejection and separation in her own life, and she channeled all of this into a story. And most people actually, not most people, but, some people might be undone by if you took the facts of her life, but she didn't. She did have, even though she had a challenging relationship with her husband, Percy, they were supporters and allies of each other as writers. And her father also encouraged her to be a writer. So she had that to support her and continued on with this story. Yeah. Just incredible woman. Just amazing.
So with Liaison,
yes,
as I mentioned, you picked an artist and a piece and the music that helped you. Anything like that coming up for?
For me, a guiding principle of this show has been about creation and recreation. So I'm really intrigued by the idea of, for example, in the settings that have to move fluidly, that the audience sees things being created and dismantled and recreated. So that's how our settings are going to be created, in full view of the audience. So it'll be like very smooth transition.
Almost like a movie. It read the script. I mean, just sort of going from one to the other.
Yeah. Because the challenge with this show and with a lot of shows is that you have to the play takes place in multiple locations.
Yeah.
You have to go from the place where the creature was created to the outskirts of Ingolstadt, to the Frankenstein home in Lake Geneva, to the polar regions.
That's true.
Right. So I find really effective and efficient ways to do that is through lighting and through sound, rather than material massive structures. Right. So there'll be an expansiveness to this show in terms of how the settings are created.
Just can't wait to get into that.
Yeah.
Well, again, with the research, Christmas Story, you did research.
Yes, I did.
You're not going over to Lake Geneva for this, are you?
Oh, but I'd like to. Maybe after the play.
The play.
But I've done a lot of reading, not only primarily of Mary Shelley's journals, but also a couple of biographies about her. I've also been reading the work of a leading scholar of Mary Shelley and Frankenstein. So, but I love research. Like, that's one of my favorite things to do as a director. Really immerse my sensibility in the world of the play and the conditions that it was created, and yeah.
Well, I'm just so looking forward to this.
Yeah. But one thing I haven't done actually is I haven't looked at. I've seen the old 1930s version, but I have not. I'm purposely not looking at. I'm not looking at the because it's back in the culture again.
Oh yeah.
We have Guillermo del Toro who recently did his version, and then Maggie Gyllenhaal has done The Bride, right? So
right.
I'm not looking at those films, and I'm not rewatching
the old stuff.
No.
But as I said,
later I'll do it.
Yeah.
But
was it the Mel Brooks is okay?
Mel Brooks is okay.
That was okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what about like your? I wouldn't say future in the theater, but any shows you would love to get your teeth into?
Well,
since we're coming up with all the play readings.
Yes. Well, one show I would love to do is currently playing on Broadway. I saw it. It's Oh Mary.
Oh!
I think it's a fabulous show. Yes, I saw it in its Cola Scola. I was in New York at that time seeing another show, and my plane was delayed, so I had an opportunity to see a show. And I walk by and I see this picture, and it's Cola Scola, as Mary Lincoln Todd. And I'm like, what's this about? And it was in this, I think it might have even been in previews. Like, it hadn't officially opened yet. And I thought, this is the funniest, most clever thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And I also like, like the types of plays, like the 39 Steps, how it's like those multiple sort of...
scenes, characters.
Yeah, and that sort of farcical humor, like very silly. Like, I love Monty Python. Right? I just love that kind of stuff. So I would like to actually direct like a farce. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, I guess it would be interesting to see you because Christmas Story, you could say is kind of heavy or has comedy, but dramatic overtones. But just see you do a straight out farce.
I'd love to do that. I think that would be next on my bucket list to do.
Okay, you hear that?
Yes. Love to do a farce.
And what about theater in general?
Well,
thoughts.
I think, like everything, the pandemic really threw us all for a loop, and I think just now we're starting to see audiences come back in New York. And what I've noticed in Toronto, like in the professional theater community, because I have subscriptions to Crows and Coal Mine, and I try to catch Stratford shows. Like, I love to be a spectator as well as a participant and a creator. That there's really interesting things happening, like co-productions, like Soul Pepper and Crows. And I think those are really smart decisions because our government is cutting back, and community theater and the great theater we have in the city, and of course at Stratford and Shaw, theater's never going to die.
Yeah.
Right? It's live, it's real, it's people coming together. One group of people telling a story to another group of people. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
That's never going to die. I still believe that theater will survive. We need to support it. it's important to be for me to be a creative person and to have that in my life. And
you are, my God.
Yeah.
I love watching your stuff and
thank
watching
you.
your work.
Thank you.
And being your birthday, I won't keep you any longer.
Oh,
this is just
you're sweet.
To try
this is nice to do this on my birthday. Actually.
Yeah, oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. I should have had a cake.
No, it's okay.
And get a candle and a donut.
Yeah, it's okay.
Well, thank you for this, for the first, our first set of interviews.
Okay.
I want to do all the directors this season, just something different.
Okay.
So
this has been fun.
thank you.